another WhatsApp message ɛwɔ na fabra yenzi nkomo. Oh Richard akwaba
yenu akwam na
nyame adumo na wonso
bocho mu yi
yezi nkomo phone da yenhie ende di yeshia
enda ze ma ba mi fie dede exactly 10 years na yawa ha as regional party office na ye fia ye kwar baby ma ye won nti na mbe mu da ha sesa papa nti ma ba mi fie dede and oye Kastle FM studios nti mamfa ekwani de no minchia etiefu a we abrewo te Kastle FM na won so watch on Facebook so miche mo ina mo bibiara aha
okay meji de bibia boko MPP party no mu nsu ye boko
kwam na MP amayeku de nemu bibia boko asundwe nkote no ruzi ehim yesese ye na nzama wankoyi wo 2024 election that are to 2 years so far so good Professor Aaron Michael Kwe you committee a party this one wodu honu djuma won aba finfimantom ha obaye no we share regional party we call every constituency all the 23 constituencies in the region no we bwana we call we ma amatina region na wan kan o ya fofun ne ya frɛ commended nego for Brima na Cape South and Cape North na ye bi so wode na election no okọ den na about ntina sunsuada ye penyen sankam for anya na okọ bebia o committee stakeholders ma we do wonu djuma ma entertain there they are almost wrapping up their activities so to present their report to the national party nti bibia rekoye MPP amanyekum na mama kan there as a party nyama na ye penyen yen kai obutai de na menyiwa esusun obakwadam nanso wankwadam yerepe
the whole region wonya just 4 seats.
Yes yeah 4 seats na kwame na I'm that akana the whole region wonya just 4 seats now makan nyama MPP mane ye penen na azokura odam ka this dey there dem enkugwa oban afami nye aza or ibi nsida was central region ha ibi esida na mosi nipo no nipo nimu ya Denison eyi America 2016 results to abanu 2016 in the end is when you 4 seats na wenya yeah commended nego for Ibrahim Cape Coast South ejuma kwen na sia na Aguna East na even Cape Coast South in Aguna East win presidential Nyolusu parliamentary so a confused me in 2016 MPP win parliamentary Nyolusu presidential NC NDC we win when you 4 MPP 119 this year say 2024 no we win NDC were 18 seats equal independent MP and MPP were 4 now so NDC they went back to the drawing board now okay you win ejuma in 2020 we had 10 in the 2024 what I call 18 2020 we had 13 na year 10 in the 2024 what I call 18 each there oyaza onye aza bi nsu wo central region ibi esi say osia oyne za nde bokọ which na akohwe there mo okroye mo ankoye za tutuye na aba wa hodzinim na be yedwumadzen na ezasa sebie no enti omure han do ye de my committee wo ba ye call around ye hu ekura bien dodo na ya aban na hyehyɛ the party na wa be ma
wo lucy no
mesa dodo nyama o ma ye lucy dodo na ya aban na hyehyɛ
okay
obo a e bia mfra kwa amena ope edwuma bi oso nya motor we hu no ogo enya no nya ibubofu no we create a party e bia na obi e bia we hu de nnu ne ba we nya edwuma no be nya edwuma ne bubofu mentu aba obo mpo edwuma ye no transfer keke oso mintu aba me minya nti obo mo no ma ebia oye party oto abama party but why primaries when the delegates ebia when your person ono onye bi no na aba me den monto and a lot of the challenges that we had government related and nya be ma ni them problem. For instance ebia na obi nyumobi onyim techimen example na ne yankwa as a part of ba bem when the party ba be unye position of techimen on fa ebia o hyenim po ebia on kasa on bo man gba den we fu enti party bia wa be ma oba ne da Ashanti region NDC of we was a security task force also one wo party no work out one score them party ba be mi one year adwuma to press conference omo adwuma one year na say in there NDC youth okbcg and this national headquarters there will be adwuma. So these are the nyama tum number oye but tum na so or the how the ba as time goes on then it's creating apathy, and when your people become apathetic when one quarter about then you lose elections.
It's not entirely the economy, the situation of the economy.
Power related, so the economy was also a factor. The economy so I buy no manage the economy. It's not the party. And see, economic factors are make and also a factor. Maybe a domestic debt exchange program by Obua Nebonjodo or we are quitting Obua Ebia or to aba you control. When you control no so was what abana turn or some more. Sinina factors are operated but Namakan or power related. When you're in power, what you are buying or no, then the more in the maybe or could be over name and young or body or you bumper or MPP. If you're more quadrature, MPP for no drown one quarter aban. On no ye hen and you them. One young to no book to amend no more about if your uncle to abano crown. Each as a new cassa near Kwanko to
one. I could MPP for one to do that or being so linging to more because actually your net system or Ghana unlike the American because American election in a year follow power is the income your interviews on from America. But then Eba Ghana had there you can't NPP or a specific number when one party members a number you find the MPP for your books why 7 million and our MPP you there why 6 million and to say ya to abanas we near them then it means largely your members in one to aba another the general public nankasa because of economic sentiment into the one to aba not really the MPP for.
Oh, when I make the say part wa bema na apathy ba unko for no or we apathetic the bibi nti onko to aba na na wira apa en je no wa azim onyim ehwe 2020 results na ehwe 2020 for the one what to aba ma MPP in 2020 no 2024 you want do na anko to aba on that basis. And apart from 2024 results if you 20 the year 2000 results or biara means that anytime MP win bian or the bigger margin or the bit win this up said the 2024 result 20 from anytime yeah was even 2000 in the year 2000 MPP win first round here about 48 whatever your second round for about 56 but them your mom is winning 2024 yeah no the winning yeah about 2004 about that's yes 2004 about 52 or whatever percent in the year 2008 and it's win well the first round MPP lead 49.99 okay crazy and your question and then this year for second round we win 50.0104% in 2012 we win about 50.7 they don't even get to 51 in 2016 I win one time 53%, 2020 52%. So anytime that since the year 2000 MPP win the or the bigger margin or the win is tremendous will be apart from 2020 40. So on that basis near the kind yan yadodo no on Sorrison NDC and the results so obi otuma MPP bia in 2020 yes about 6 million margin in the winning by 2024 yeah no about 1.7 why margin difference home which means that enko fa and ko be Ashanti region or yes stronghold to say in Kofuba tenor, what to about 7 or 8 what to MPP. So when there's a low turnout in Ashanti region, then you know that definitely it's going against MPP. And Ashanti region, see, turnout about 80% more than that. It's in your MPP's benefit. So when in your strongholds, people are not voting, it's going against you, are part of your stronghold. On that basis, near can young for the 1 to about the young for 1 or 2. On them, a cribby, a baby, 1 bomb.
But region as central region. Now, were you anticipating that we'll be losing this number of seats our regional?
We didn't anticipate anyone that because in the a politics or election will be a scientific process. MPP and NDC now were all relying on data, and the data was no favor him. Now, what saying that say research and so ijina turnout been there every year. Say more can know iyi ya ne research na wan ko ye dem na odwe bi a obo wa politics me pen bi na o kan say obi ka kire wo de gina mo nto wo do aba o ji impo no mpe wa asem impo no town o san de say enyi bodom enyi ko hebem na osana bo hu na bodom wa asan anyima anko ba impa de say enyi rekọ no osan woni tirim ni wuro ayren wa asan enti botu a research ekebisa kwam na esuma na kwam na abi obotu yi botu amana kwam na motu am MPP and I be na take but on the D-day that kwam na wakoto so a different thing on the D-day okran ko otu a ko botu am MPP but on the D-day kwam na wakoto ana so kwam na ko botu am MPP that research maybe okay enti mehwa MPP be a obotu emi dem sit we win this be obonya 14 seats in central on the D-day say kwam na anko a do research no onya akohwe na redi. Indeed, the people told you that this, but they did not go to cast their ballots to reflect in the actual results. So that's exactly what happened. Even in the Ashanti region, Sariye research, no be sengofuna, do not MPP for the center of water region. What when you do not NDC for a year 10 2 no MPP 8 were NDC in water region. So we are researching now, but on the D-day, he provoke what one. Ebia wakaze, but ebia na a close to election. Only teach mensa enya so we mean one you. So teaching pointy abanere menkoto. Do research away he was captured about more certain percentage of finding. But on the D-day one quarter. And we did not expect that because we were all following data. But our party no madam you obey. Every policy is local. A conference man and now we do or what to about different. But Cape Coast offer when he has a different from Cape Coast South. Commander at Nego for Abrim when he has a different from each constituency and its own local dynamics. But do nara yeah because they were being no what to 2016, what to 2020. Obu anayi de bibido no sankan. Ibu a your whole crave baby into me and so on no man. To them that ban poeda me nkoto. Enti ni expert of abandon but wa abandon. Ba no so no ayi Bible I say our friend nan ma me ye gban. Our friend ankasa so ayi den onye gban na mmom dem Yankopon na yimiam obede zintra. Enti mu eso yo bi ade. Mu esi no oya roho ya bompiodo na so mu gizide na ewiye yi no ama Yankopon na yimiam wa de zintra. Do Yankopon Peragana fusu nsu na wosuensa na ebien ohumane mu yedun mani mu ye har na ma wa foforo de bezi onche bia Yankopon na miam obedezi
ba di na ehu a every day ma wa foforo de
be onche budget do won a oyi 2024 wo sha wo hihye na ma wo kan won de wo ba ketewe sa ban wo bobu yin sika ho ban na azen ye boko budget ni ye hwe dem na no kwanyi mo wo say was it your yana?
Okay. But before the election in the MPP or by Central Region and the NUZH now Kasa and painful, especially the then majority leader after your marking now minority leader the Kasori Kanya in Kabum. dame nkabom ni nyinaa n'akyi no adwene ntuma nkɔ benkrum yɛse Cynthia ne diri yɛ mfɔtwe you could have won the seat but Cynthia factor ɔgye seat vote ni bi ɛna wɔne candidate no wɔntum na wɔnwin ɛwɔ hɔ with Cynthia Morrison ni issue no what was actually the reason there ɔrekɔ independent.
Yomi dase Cynthia Morrison ɔyɛ honourable ne issue no ɛhwɛ a personal issue between ɔno ɛna ɔyɛ impɔbɛ PC owura Chris Atta na Chris Atta all along honourable Cynthia Morrison na abofra ebi ana na ɔyɛ nti honourable Cynthia Morrison ɔkɔ Minister of Children Social Protection as more or less ni pie no ɔyɛ Chris ɔna no yɛ ni bibia na mu mo ɔyɛ ya mu adko kato ba yɛ na humama Chris ɔyɛ rɔbɔ contest ɔyɛ party so kemem nkabi nti ɔyɛ rɔbɔ contest primary since ntum nka na yɛ den rema yɛ hwehwɛ mu no qualify no ɔzɔ so ano na Chris owini so owini ne yɛ botan de ana yɛ ni yɛ da som de honorable ɔde ne tamobo abofra ne tamano wa supporting ma yɛ ka bi ɔsɛ da bi na Chris okeka bebre ya etu na mo mpanyimfo yin kasai ina aze ɔsɛ mo baka na ɔbaka etu na mo bia the American if you vote onyan if you vote a Chris nyan if you vote a NDC no minimum no be MP say eze bi ni bomba je ebotu ye zunkuyin mo ho ina ebi ni po the fact that MPP sitting MP or independent they can create a party and on in some other parliament in my parliament obado onti abambabe minority abe majority on it was not good for the optics now the cross am consider there yan numbers in parliament in 2020 are affecting a part because we didn't have the numbers on na even in person a levy yen to me ayan in term Emma confidence in the economy no or BB or investors they lost confidence then the rating agencies started downgrading us so about them then when they start downgrading you cannot go to the international markets about them it affects confidence all the inflation also so 2022 grade a serious economic crunch and even the numbers in parliament affected us in our second term and yes Sir Honorable Cynthia Morrison or Ankwa Jemine Ebowin, but I can kebi, and I can yo one pin. Na American or a personal issue or in a Brenton or wow for the Brenton or in any na they can. Then feed the Waben de Miano as be a shady, no going forward, no. Obian with there, they be no son no do that could me a beam. They be ideas in you did or son or do, you teach me some mepe. Enye kukwata mo pe nya dwe mense mo na mmom kansa wo bibi edimpo mo nya medempo a mama osunu ni manyi mekan mfa nwentim de onam osunu nti mazebache na ye nkebo maba ni na ya adwuma ni agi party nesiwo.
How are you getting all these people in your party cracks album? I mean with the run up to the election cracks bebre even your own MPs or parliament could be no more sorry and Ken Oferata or Peno President Tony Onyin through how is the party what the Munkrofina album now oje up towards the next election because or a critical election for you?
Okay, Kwamina, a former prime minister for the United Kingdom, Tony Blair, you know what can I say me there? Every decision device. Just that the management of Kastle FM will take decision there. Oya Kwame Suman, on host the programming. You be no benefit there. So obi so at nkani man chwa no host the program. So the mere fact that you are hosting the program and not on your obi for it has created division. Every decision device. The mere fact there a ogo no your producer. They be an jobisu or a penansankan, it has created division. So every decision device. But Munya in there, though wakan on your be not on your one, but Jatum, that's all probable on board near Yijman. A bit to that manner king. anya there oye cracks but we party for we MPs no fi there e bia anya bi record no si answer second of rata omwa so man pin ya reshuffle that is all no so yeah, because they akwa IMF na kind of rata na or the immunity yam yanko na wi a why reshuffle election aba ye ko e bia kwam na esuma na ejina also no ponto aba farmer on my regional secretary Tejime sense no so upload retain position. So the mere fact that me kwame na contest no on che there's a division. If you must support Jamie. We are go we no nyina de ekata nechi. So under no circumstance I expect them everybody in adwuma ko bankrum on them. As far as ye fi emia ahoro, ye fi efi ahoro, obi a won aspirations, obi a won background husband, there's no way they na kana oyako. No mum mo nyan de ma dodo no ba kiren. That is where we all rally behind and support for the good of the party.
Na ibinum wo party no ma wo sigina dey na anyine wa.
Oh, our baby obo wa banam o sigina bia but they obey few. Dodo na no obey den ebedi madodo na kanechi. Che to abey about 56%. No so what to ama President Mahama. So about 44%. Chuan, but no a president. And see, a pure, he's the president. Now there is a boot named the man on your man paying. On to the feuding on your man paying. That is how it is. And see, Obi Biara or MPP. No feed there. Be binti no bomb jordan. Or that share part in the bigger picture. The elephant. No on your personal view and I will be 1 minute.
But this personal views is in our cover, this great loss diabetes. Why don't you address it?
That's why I'm saying, address gentleman culture the review committee wabaha we can share one stakeholder in the constituencies.
Okay.
Why do you want report? Mostly and mobile to a year to home. Is the other address it.
Okay, so reports now about out.
Out. When Jamaica and Michelle say they are in the process of wrapping up one engagement, then they'll put the reports together.
Okay. Ebusia hai Kastle 90.3 FM Menyi Ora Richard Techi Mensa NPP Secretary for Central Region and is Nkomo say from one defeat or corner specifically in the Central Region the last election. Yakray and mainly apathy within the party and we create that mess for the NPP. But going forward, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, so far, how would you rate him?
Oh, I mean, personally, economic rating that. On a scale of 10, I'm a 3 out of 10.
On a scale of 10, I'm 3 out of 10.
Yes, that's 30%.
But Nkofo Bebre so feel that he's on the right path.
Oh, and check, he's on the right path. As you have found euphoria. So, what to about now? Bana, where the Omampini was soon be in Kosume Basseni. But from what the sweetness of the pudding is in the eating. Na bit the also is on the right path. And same will be a winning. Na say if you akufado, the whole of 2017 over your man paying ni no domestic market of more 12 billion. Now with the whole year, nebedadi in Friday 14th of March. No oye where the busume bien at the pen. Busume bien depend because a 7th March no the busume bien and in the year 4th March when the busume bien in the song wa bem na say na boko ewie na abaka 78 billion Ghana ababusa from the domestic market na kwam na mwaka eche na obi ababusa na oba le mbabusa empire kangwen just 2 months no and na kwewie ya they are raising 6 billion today from treasury bill. Enti in the busume bien in this one, John Dramani Mahama na ban wa bo bosa from yen money mode domestic market 78 billion. Meanwhile, Minister of Finance KJ Parliament Ossi na Akufo-Addo ne domestic debt de yekewa ogbon wo Ghana ogbo bo se wo mani mu ha na worbotua ofidem ko 2028 150 billion na say Akufo-Addo 8 years of domestic debt ojan the kwa ogbon wo obuso ogbon wo Ghana ha nyamananze 150 billion merbotua no wu busu ebien abo 78 billion a more than half of a kaya Akufo-Addo obwe domestically the man enti kwam na eyi na rate bo rate na he na 2 months no after 8 years domestic debt what more than half of that na say eye de na extrapolator nyame anya he na aduma ontuma 2025 ko sen kwa wi na domestic debt onkotin wa aburegu more than 200 billion na kwam na eyi na
esi oba benim wa bo busia ahen
as last week Friday no 72 billion in they are on the market net treasury we close it's billion back on almost 78 billion was at the 10th January treasury bills yes and these are buying oba yao domestic borrowing and they 78 billion just 2 months. And so I reckon the whole of 2017 that year in 12 billion to be someone there. What are they using the money for? Account just 2 months. And they say we should be a book 78 billion. We should be about dying and you about dying and no about dying. We should do about dying. We should be about dying. Coming events cast their shadows. So what in a rate na ebi mu wanyi na information bi mu wanyi enti se nyama ya nyama totoɔ ade mu hu amu de na mo team budget ti mo ka gina ho akekan no obiara mo ka ba na nyama bi hyehyem enne ehwe paragraphs ni bia what the freeze was out to recruitment do ti NDC na
finance minister so yan no that employment freeze
also ayan no but it's a finance minister so ayan no
yeah
kwam na dam na okay
also
okay mate kwam na mbocho man fa mo what no one can
well budget no
2025 budget paragraph 478
okay me obi wa han tia
kwam na kan say me that no forman mbocho we bi akan paragraph 478 kwam na say that
Paragraph 478. In 2025, government will implement the following measures to keep the wage bill within sustainable levels. Mm-hmm. Fully implement the net freeze on employment by immediately putting on hold all recruitment or replacement into the public service, given that... But the net infringement, does that mean... a whole
also putting on hold, fully on hold recruitment and replacement. But fully implement the net freeze on employment by immediately putting on hold all recruitment stroke replacement into the public service. Come na me choya. Come na me choya. Oyi in na said enti said that this show no im na ye hu. O im na ye hu. And the budget there were 3 versions. It was the highlights, the speech in a minister of parliament. There was the full budget. This is the full budget. And the full budget was the MPs. We just can about is about your jitum and then you to only in the appendix scar or the mobile or wait or when they on appendix in our scanning in our share appendix in our nature say what full budget and to come name Shema. Emina to force one road akushi. Waraka a judge. Net say gum. Na minister of finance winning. Do more kind of say all the freeze out to recruitment on yano quer. Nana crash out to go to parliament. On the wala akenka a judge kwamina emi you know at to force one road in quer.
But this young funny there Oma has it been implemented?
Na budget e kan wase we implement bia
the say banana what
no don't change them e be wa atwa but waka to atwa ase that is in also onya no kwar but yi so ya kan that you know always atwa no way that parliament won yintum enti the fact that say one kan budget ni mu no wo mi ye bi hono da kohwi Kwame Hwan that go o Minister of Finance o du nkura kyerɛwa. The thing is there in black and white but so jichim no oni ho adoso ho emna me kyerɛ ya Kwame na wo na kyerɛ we ogo no kyerɛ we. Look, they should be candid with the people of this country. That the thing is there, black and white. See, why I can also will be. Once who the way, full budget paragraph page 84, paragraph 478. Those on you are. On you are. And then you are waiting to me.
That Yakushia.
No Yakushi. And Yakusha and Jobakacha or Yanukara. You go to I don't want to throw that to Parliament. You never catch a gun for there on Yanukara. You and the tennis there. Iyimu we are catchro John Mahama trustworthy, honest and reliable. Also trustworthy. Iyi authority. Where is the trustworthiness? Where is the honesty? Where is the reliability? What's trustworthy or honest and reliable? But even although Shemumpuna, one watch umpun, no deny watch. So where is the trustworthiness? Where is the reliability? And where is the honesty? Akoshifa na Kwame na enyim say wakande NDC opposition was say akufo na ba na appointees dosu enti won wo bro abe aban kete wese the lean government na lean government yedare ye ne keke moto we chirin there ori ye na ekaya aban obon wo asuafo no ho na nedwumafo no wa abafom in skani bi na eza ye enzama mase bi a ekọ ebi a nyamransa ebi a ohinsu ka bi a wadaye anagbi akwa amokofo ebi a ohia kwana wadaye anade ebi amasema eguase kwan ebi a wadaye ebi akwa wakrom ese ebi wakrom wakwan ze ba architecture waye ana ebi a okrobi hia hospital bi a wada damne ampuntu aba enti sabano or say sika wo ministers na za obatodo in any swobby was obey system ministers in the Ministry of Information akufado na be with 30 minutes what so was about 23 in the Ministry of Information was wegun
yes
wegun ya da sorry Ministry of Information was wegun echi wa appoint Minister of State in charge of government communication kwamina Minister of Information in a Minister of State in charge of government communication
so when you they deal with communication
it's yada ko that day we are ko appoint Shamima Muslim no in deputy it's yada ko that day adan ko that day in what I hear the Yegu Minister of Information
but information or communication is very important
na me na baka achirem the president should know the president should know. Anything that communication function important. Why do you tell us that as scrap? We are just to reduce the number of ministers. Now, appoint Minister of State in charge of government communication. Now, come na. Mo missing wa. Appropriation Act 2023 or 2004 budget already November 2023.
Yes.
And the appropriation there. Siko woman are there. We don't know what. Neshoma. In 2024, Ministry of Information, budget away maho on the church man on it. Which you ran my choose song to on the mark on. In 2024,
Ministry of Information.
More budget
40,878,659.
So 40 million
yes,
800 something thousand.
Yes, 40,878,659.
Okay.
Ghana cedis.
Yo, and see, Ministry of Information. No budget when 2024 new. 2025. Office of Government Communication. For Sukachi. It is a quantum about 400 billion.
Yes.
400 billion. In there, I was well good the ministry. Now, why the kids are wasting in the budget was for Sukachi. Or yet 780 billion OCDs. 780 billion or budget.
But they say ministry no the agency or the and one away more the various ministries are and we're going they are still at post.
Yes, they are still at post. And so if they are still at post, not a fee, I buy or change my phone to my
10%.
10%. In the 40 million, 10% of what a 78. Catch it for. Come and catch it for. Then 10% of 40 and 20%, or almost 100% now. You got 40 million, net 78, I get 2.80. So almost 100%. Almost 100%. Almost 100%. And so come na say we ben ah no ka chiro olugu ministry bi no wa car down cost no mum in there wa ye sika was it Jubilee House wa ka chiche we di e madam sike dem sike and this for actual communication for no obedi.
But I could have chiche we are you not misleading the public?
Me and mislead the public in 2023-24 okuchita blackwa us is called presidency also waka inti one so do na send in on the school of presidency on father yes budget money you mean charge is that what
year MPP what no
why every year
2024 and yes 2024 so yeah 2025 is in
2024 na only share office of government machinery compensation year 2026 to 27 million in there or 2.7 billion what budget team this MPP abrodo on in the honor number about you owum and be honor no
this is NDC
no my only 2.7 billion so what am na ebu o mind the man there ammo wase ayi akufado the ministers no do also atsodo nse 80 ministers na number more appointed the president or do also in say compensation was school both compensation school both on you more am paying us an account 2024 327 million now 2025 2.7 billion on represent 725% increase no for so I just say maybe we go was one about am paying us hey wa bra even there are certain institutions are 8 and presidents 8 4 no work 4 so in that some go for one ministry omampena so atoldo it must MPP abero 300 and something was 30%. So a reduction of about 90%. The 90% all them within just only 1 year no there's about 725% increase in compensation at the office of a government presidency office of the president now come na you mo ayaro ho mo ayaro ho yin there wo dede oh ya dwene mesafo won ho ze be ya be offer women banking score this shares was 51.3 million
yes
now come na shwem what's the research department at the office of the president. It's kind of so 50 million. Now the whole Ghana, Mr. Fubuankuma, them 50 million Ghana citizens now, office of the research department at the office of the president. Them are you just at a desk office 50 million. Now the whole Ghana Mr. Fu said them 51.3 million Ghana citizens. Mr. 50,000 or maybe 10,000, 1,040 cities. Divide 51.3 million by 50,000, we have 1,040. See, Mr. 100,000, we have 520 cities. So Mr. 200,000, we have 250. And see,
that's kind of what one trade or the better chairman Mr. or the question women's bank no more. Anamebua. Now what around on your sika what the mama
what's it? What the sika what the Mr. was born was here. What I am juma. Bank for baby
yes obey mbesa for bank
yes no what this guy was mbesa for bosia
yes so you can't calculate the money like
yes,
that
so that is why I mentioned to them bosia this second mbesa bia mbesa 50,000 mo bia bo simple 50,000 na bo bosa obi be 1,040 cities ma me try yen
okay
100,000 obi an bo so be 520 cities so 200,000 obi be 200 about 260 cities that's what I'm saying you do not check there Mesafuna ese edon wanan edo ho na rebobo won po sa ya dan ko da do na mo research department bi a owo office won po won hu yan semesa for Ghana yin lo so on am 50 million office research ban work won 50 million me say for Ghana yin la wo do se manyifu po a so won do you can have about 2 million 3 million 4 5 million mesafo won po e fe 1 million po wonya bi 1 million 50 times by 1 million le bo mesafo 1 million go say then 51.3 million I no be abenya but just an office at the presidency almost 50 million eyimu what you yan eyimu no kwa won yedi kwana adu grow that cotton so there what's it or adu for big push
yes
the big push what's it on was able to man impun was the be impun to do was so na didn't so we kwanyo we go to a hospital the big push bibia big push
that is 13.85 billion
maybe the big push you know what's it was it $10 billion was it by for 4 years so 4 years is a big push 4 years in HMA 10 billion or if you are growing 2.5 billion a pro rata $2.5 billion names can also one it's about $800 million only $1 billion simple only $1 billion yam po yan yintum there was it $1 billion no actually 4 years we'll get 4 billion the 6 billion or whatever Kamina, Adam my day, only about to Ghana and Puno, able to Ghana and Puno, a bear or budget simple. On my $800 million, only $1 billion. And it's big pushing. It's what will be the I am somewhere and quite being a while this war.
Every day on your realistic.
My catch raw. I mean, oh, yeah, realistic, my child there, or catch all that. Big pushing, I know what to do. Come now, $10 billion. In the 10 billion is for 4 years. In the 4 years, I you crown after being your Korean about 2.5 billion. We'll divide 10 by 4, almost 2.5. Yes. The 2.5 billion. Na asha for first year budget ya $870 million. Only $1 billion simple. Was only $1 billion simple. This one we even for next year was $1 billion. So are we going to get the $10 billion for the big push that they talked about? Or ever? Bio. And see, the devil is in the details. The devil is in the details. Now, what's it? 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy. The only was it by me, Juma Nipa Ebasa, 3 shifts. The 24-hour economy, Aban, you were 2 more paya, Aben Juma, I'm going to create Juma in 2 more.
Yes. And
Tina, and it's used for him, no. Cape Coast Metro Assembly, and my friend was wire 30, and this is about for sister account. She tells her that I can open a build 2 in a yonder 30 crop by 8, and a under 30 crop on the pa. The name neck or by yen to when you are Jay. And it's by a Benadea ministers by yet 2 way, and you mean, you know what, joy news. No, no, master, as name. The 24-hour economy is going to be a private sector driven policy. Oh, the 24-hour economy now can obey and create Juma and share.
But in the run up to the election, what kind of 24-hour economy no? Obobu means the private sector epede subscribe to no, then one more the incentive for the 24-hour economy. Was he wrong for saying that?
Kwame Nana Meka Ebenedia on the 11th of March 2025 that the minister on PM Express on Joy News said the 24-hour economy is going to be a private sector driven policy. And see, Papa no blocks who are brand. Eba no child and the fan. Uncle Tsanawama Denchi. I bet there's no demand for no blocks and the fan.
Me to answer, but for this policy, no, what a private sector a roll on to the policy. Once you would demand, then you roll on to the policy so that you enjoy the incentive.
To that, John, I had so a can demand as some. So 24-hour economy or a byproduct of a working economy. When there's a demand for a product to be need to meet, then you need more time to produce more. You never catch 24 hours. And to me, a sachet water. Sachet water, no, would demand you from me, be more by demand for me to meet the demand. I will employ people so that would work 24 hours or around the clock. And if my yard not me, the mommy won't talk. Me and them can meet 24 hours. Come me and them can meet 24 hours.
Into no on your inshano. On to the policy
on your insha or you to my yada and fan can chunk off for on as woman Juma. Other when you control what do no your inshan and can't you be there? He and some of them a Ghana mebun bank one a Juma.
So all with the incentive or the private sector
talking about and that then I will be a budget now. Now Brent said you war. What friend then? John News. Now, Rezo now so NDC executive. Oh, yeah, budget no. They can't maybe NDC executive and Jebenya wait now. So what was so can you? And now Brent Cooper now who knew store? Who you be store him now? Who find about Toman? Who's waiting for our economy? And the guys, me store. Obi store Muna Micofania, Mobi Banama Kotobi, go boy. Now. And then the chest only akuna on the store wahano. Anaju ometna no one better na dia anaju 12 midnight.
That say be on when you demand.
No. We say Pamina we are here.
Okay.
We are
but rather what present the policy to parliament. So why don't we wait? What is entailed now and how it will be rolled out.
No, but policy mpo be ankorio. Parliament for the State of the Nation address. Also, Minister of Finance will be the budget now. Baba. Also, of course, man was the now who is who? And one way 24-hour economy. We are here. Come on, here. You go from what you know, you. Abeni, budget is a full budget in pay paragraph 139. So what we 139?
Paragraph 139.
139 full budget. That kind of woman.
Okay.
Can paragraph 139.
139. All right. Ebusia for our message in the bra Mosha 139 na makana man na yako your name 139. I'll see. This is
no, full budget.
Oh, okay. I don't have the full budget.
I have the full budget here.
Okay.
Paragraph 139.
Okay. Also, Mr. Speaker, MDA's total outstanding claims of 45.1 billion cedis is as a result of stock-taking exercise of MDAs. And 2024 outstanding liabilities, which included both claims which had already been submitted to Minister of Finance and those yet to be submitted. Government has programmed to audit these arrears or payables to validate the quantum before payments are made.
I clear arrears over about you.
Yes.
Wadaba. And also more farm by. And more auditing or that kind of arrears are what here. Within Okara. Before Baba Kachagana for year arrears, just your man, arrears be 49.2 billion. I was what here. I knew you were as in fee. There's a crime about Eton the Yentia, or go net as the Yentia. And so, what by sure that what by one whom the books are. But when can statement and one who books? I'm not messing. One way, Minister of Finance, what I can't or you can say. So, when who books in Intina, when who they arrest them because one who books are one who they arrest. And I get a more farm by. So one farm man, Mr. Speaker, MDA's total outstanding claim of 45.1 billion is as a result of a stock taking exercise. So why a stock taking exercise? Okay, exercise of MDA's and 2024 outstanding liabilities, which included both claims which had already been submitted to Minister of Finance and those yet to be submitted. Yes. What yet to be submitted.
Then also, government has programmed to audit these arrears.
Now, if you have not audited, and those that have not been submitted, why do you say, or your claims? Why do you authenticate? You need to validate and audit and say that yes, no correct.
Are they not making projections?
And if you make projections, then why do you put figure there? Until you audit it, you cannot say them into your this amount. Yes, them. Come on, don't move on. Into where in there, only there, they are just cooking figures to paint a very bad picture for the individual Uja areas. Only now, but Mam Sanka, come now. Economy,
but on the policy, it is yet to be audited. Now,
Obiba.
So what do I mean? Why you're auditing you? I can't be before.
Incident figure of Infa. Figure of Infa.
About you, so I know about
in a figure and the catch a gun phone. Is it realistic? So you just had to paint a very bad picture to suit you.
So you think the current government will paint or your MPP government bad picture?
Kwamina, economy is so criminally managed. No. Yeah, this is now to baby our budget team. Or Chilakufado. Economy was a judge, John Mahaman. Oh, yes, in economy, John Maham with Jakufado in 2017. Yako agri sector. In 2017, John Maham refused no grow by 2.7%. Akufado refused by 2024 grow by 2.8%. Yako industrial. John Maham refused industry was growing by 4.2%. Akufado refused industry is growing by 7.1% in 2024. Services, John Maham refused will grow by 2.8%. Akufado refused will grow by 5.9%. Inflation, in John Maham refused no 15.4. Now for refused about 23%. But this is a bit cheddar. Akufado is the age of John Maham. Oh yes, my John Maham Akufado. On Suara,
including the inflation.
Yes, Mr. In this inflation. I will be truthful. Mama Kabia Medunukwa, Miss Inflation, John Akufado 13.4. I've got 23. Which your mama's own is better than what Akufado bequeathed to him. But 3 Yamabubi and the other 4. Nimu 3. Akufado Jai. Your mama, yes, one is Jai. Number 5 is soon come. Your mama, or if you are BIM in a GDP that I feel no. Yes, you can be an no man. When you COVID, Ukraine, Russia, when you be by 3.4. Any can say, Akufado, Olivia Bemin, the Jude statistical service.
Yes,
about to go at 5.7. And Akufado, on Olivia Bem in economy about 219.5 billion worth. Yes, Kenyan money, GDP worth 290.5 billion. As a Monday, 2024, on my economy now, yes, 1.2 trillion, which means that Akufo-Addo within 8 years grew the economy about 5-fold. Now,
but you also agree that the IMF is also in.
2017 IMF in you. 2017 IMF in you. When under IMF program 2017. The American, what's the difference?
Okay.
Now, come now. I'm somewhere. Akufo-Addo. Mama said, he was a criminal manager of the economy. Oh no. More in there. We jaw my brother friend, international reserve. There's some money. Na here be coffee bibia sky dey see a ebotum ya dey wan to do Joma Morifia Bemin in oya $6 billion on yebutu ya wan to do wa hwe bosom ebasa Akufo-Addo refidi amo $8.9 billion on ebotum wa hwe bosom anai inti ija bosom ebasa 6 billion Akufo-Addo eja bosom na 8.9 billion ebi mo no oye na mo ya yirahu yinde ayi Akufo-Addo onu na wo so onye no the economy or the about 5.7 growth GDP in the 2025 year the so-called better managers of the economy were abandoned one man come into ya what's a fee yes ka 7 nyina oboko na nyim Akufo Addo no ko nanyim ohanjichem enum na chipo esuan 2024
okay
uno ze jajo mama ono ne den yes kasam na azu obokoro yim ahe na o se mo hwe ne wanze bokoro yim ohanjichem anan na chipo anan.
They are being realistic because they cannot project when do it means they are failed.
So you are being realistic
because of the state of the economy. As
state
they
of
are
the Akufo Addo is criminally managing 5.7. Owna sinyi me here ajeman who don 4.4. Who projection it shall be higher than what Akufo Addo be quick to you. No chere re yanyama papa. No wonyama ade gugu na enyindadu nyim enjensu. What come expecting? Next week chere me hwe yima mo pedam ye ya. On fait ça papa mba enti motuma ko yima 4.4. Na import cover na Akufo Addo mo 4 months import cover. This year what's one water gain obenya 3 months. No just scan Akufo Addo pay go 8.9 billion. Wolbedi.
All right.
Wolbedi. Wolbedo.
Obedi as in what?
Obedi no more pero was there. Was I? Na kwamina.
Yeah, festival man. Yeah, Mr. Benza.
Inche mi there. Mu abezi. No more ye bia na kan konkotin. No was here record here. Was here record here. Was here record here.
They are just 2 months in office.
2 months in office.
Yes.
Inche utrim po na di dwuma bia. You know what saying there. Na ma oye enyi jepa anyi de mise dankana obasi ni trodo kwamna dankana obasi ni trodo mamnche waze bi Akufo Addo obosom man emfi awotwe no emfi awotwe nimu ebasa na Akufo Addo oto libem nimu enum wanto libem Akufo Addo beti o man do emfi awotwe wanto libem nimu ebasa emfi nimu ekunbo do todo ba jo mama asafi mosom ebasa be wato libem
can one IMF you know NPP on IMF program it is in
nyami insuro na 2017 no nkan wa.
So to me friends said John Mahama because it is part of your IMF conditionality.
Messi 2017 yeah IMF no kan but 2017 Akufo Addo to live bill 2017 Akufo Addo want to live bill
but our project or IMF
it was part of 2017 IMF
so you can't tell Ghanaians that Mahama no about whereas our agency said that but agency said that
kwame name what's way betting tax no levy if you want most skebi da or tax refund into work of everyone beto ana enti ba ya e ba nto no go baby na nche live bill no so no waka ba no so mi ntu go for them ske me da be shem kwame na me ba da bi kwame yenwe dada ko adanko dada do kwame na wi akodi viele kebisi na hwana ena Akufo Addo be president otua as of an emission tax ibi nyiwo
so no is zero a way implement
yes yeah hwana ena akodi viele okotua VAT on insurance ibi nyiwo so no one cry tell me there we abolish VAT on insurance we abolish your friend emission tax ina yakushi na adekumpo a won so work and won so we abolish levy your friend COVID-19 walk with kissing guitar ma afiso bochu oyakushi kwamina oyakushi in the budget 2024 levy of COVID-19 levy 2.7 billion. So this year my robochu ma I don't make project to get even a higher figure of 3.8 billion. It's in the budget that Afia was COVID-19 levy COVID in you into one need the miscan we project in the budget there by appendix 3A all
right
one share COVID-19 levy
that is the projection
3.8 billion
all right
but now they are out there telling Ghanaians them ye COVID-19 levy
now one could we
no but kwamina the also we in there
per the minister or share IMF technical committee on it
year,
so that
if this year a pedal of you are do you project a high figure than 2024
all right
kwamina imano if you want to remove something it should be zero rated but you don't put there 3.8 billion Ghana cedis as well benye fi COVID-19 levy. You are 2024 boy 2.7. And each of them, iyan konfa one di nukwar, iyan konfa when you buta pebi is a man whereby government of committees, government of dialogues, and a government of fora. More by if you know the ministers of our power, was my own committee. One can implement you are ministry be one need more lawyer since the ministry share the man or constitution committee regional minister committee and why actually or the waste time meanwhile mommy say you hit the ground run not during the honeymoon committee honeymoon warrior.
Oh, really? All right. Ebusia, my message is remember on the conversation is besi ewa ora Richard Techimensa and using como NPP Central Region Secretary and Eriabri Yaninsa can ofidium ha. We wish then can come on Ibiza pa, but I'm hoping that Yaninsa Basana can be one-on-one. Then you'd come akwichi and you may be a yen ye pemi yen shade na the fact and figures of the issues. All right. But finally Yaroko yaba sana baby na yezin koma akwechi.
In 2017 on Panyaku for the banner of a share na membasin. In the first budget about 17 nuisance taxes no if you that bring one and this if we want TV3 station.
No, we introduce it.
And Chapman can we will introduce it. We 3 few 2 was by 4 about on museum. Not only museum. If I don't you and see you this year more attention copy and one baby. Now for is not collecting your taxes.
Okay.
Over the if you want or to be Ghana for so on yet what to abate. But one will be 1 way 2 or 3 few. So come now. Ma watch us or there in the baby and you.
Okay.
Budget also go to Gwen or yeah that and I could not do chop for the presidency budget. 1 may be baby. Now what's the sweetness of the pudding is in the eating. A pity not then we need him.
All right.
As you parliament we were rolling out in by a Mochiado.
Okay.
Was the Amphora Nurture by interest.
All right. But you remember just 5 minutes on your revocation. Was it a political appointment and a trial or a application and our fall our NPRA?
I'm a public servant, me a political appointee. Somewhere 2022 December. No, me senator. The then zonal manager for Kumasi, no one Owusubuachi. Why retired? So the application to the NPR there, me me as zonal manager. So me kwa na obane there. Oh, Damaza, one was a beautiful wasn't a coincidence. Takrade, one was the manager of Takrade wasn't a co and cran. So I'm so the brother. I'm not so of Yanama wins no friend Stanley Ogo. No yet. Zonal manager of Takrade of 2018. And Yanis Bruno for no wasn't or transfer no Accra, name Takrade. Now, or from as contract staff 1st March 2023 and the 17th of July 2023. No way internal advert. Now I apply. The 17th of July na interview. The 26th of July. No letter the 1st August 2023. No. I am a full staff of NPRA. No more probation period of 6 months. Until August 2023 to January 2024, 7 probation period. So 1st of February 2024, me a letter or confirm me as full staff of NPRA. Now, I'm maybe you watch there. Say a politically exposed person into me NPRA. A brand to be no friend. Kujoga Adra. 2015 of Supreme Court. The Dame Breno and then this concert chairman or a futu of a Pani Lamte, the one from the Popo. The Rababia, no Pani Lamte, no Yejuma, it was Ghana Highway Authority. In the Rababia of an Ernestina Yosin, so Yejuma, it was Pseudo School of Business as administrator. To go Jogadra as Supreme Court there, Dam Kofono, why ye public civil servant, to me politics. Go on to Popo NDC chairman. na sina yosin so oye secretary Supreme Court wo rule say intuma eya ni ntunya politics wa mamu no we di tim constitution mu na Ghana Education Service Raba no edwuma won ohun do oye public servant ina Ghana High Authority onyim constitution mu chede eya de medwuma na ntunya den enye politics titachimensa do me politician me regional secretary but the mrebi yin wo chede amimi ntumi ye dwuma mpiare edwuma eya ni ntumi ye politics we di tim constitution mpiare nkan na mam consider there NDC mbi ba bem 8 years you were NDC officers are where you been when you wait 8 years Crunchy Terra or NDC Cape Coast chairman wait me why Cape Coast Metro so eko Youth Employment Authority 8 years we need that when you need eko mama constituency fantaman chairman would have NDC constituency chairman or you me why office e wa apam when you need infantaman NDC more promise 2023 I brent to be contest of Kobna Mano or my ECG when you need Cape Coast North 2018-2022 and this consultation from Dr. Ademu no area manager ECG area manager ewo a fosu or transfer no Accra when you need yeke so was na bakaswa as area manager baby no mutuma gba mo
so if you are your political witch hunt
more than there Miza akotu a son of aja chikwesi na asem no mu enti ya wa ba no ya nche de ma brent be metum wo no wa akaka o Cape regional treasurer ono no Cape Coast manager Asari na mo ya agrohumpo yin there woyi Asari fi Cape Coast office was NDC regional treasurer Ewuraba Victoria Pobi Wood ono was no ba ho NDC regional treasurer na o ye adwuma wo Cape Coast teaching was Cape Coast Central University ono ko no owi a onyetum before obey Asari na Ewuraba na akọ adwuma ho ekebisi na ahatedam eyidam no owi na woyi Asari di wa friend phone do na wa kete ya ina yidam mo yẹ sẹ regime yo
alright
oye regime NDC fo no was a report kwa me be call ni film NDC national officer and no wa bem no other call no kwa opanyin no do then enche bia na call fi Jubilee House to panyin there dem go fu yinwedi ba mama kan yin there empire yin na erebo ina yankopon oban ya adom oban ya pomudin ina kwatenten na ponko no dua dem wanka wo ponko no ho dem so orenka wo konfo ninsem yankopon no hata suru
okay
twede ponko ame obohwe kobna mu akon etechimensa ina Asari ina nkafo ni nyinara nwona mana na wo university first year no one was secondary school form 3 we in do there obeye no obey university 2006 owe no masters 2012 yankopon be hye no ho anyim nyam orenche nyame be hye no nyam na morokodi nyina no MPP na ni team a nwona wo fun adwam 2 years 3 even gefek obi started 2017 Sam George we yin edi driver mpo we yin edi driver political appointment
Richard Techimenta
ya say na me bri no Kenya honhom na yi show nkura hu de ye nyina ye mmom nwesi bia fa ntu ye ekir ni yenke mu ni ye yakor ni ye so ni ye montwe ye campaign for me MPP ni ye me ya aduma come 2028 ya ba ya bosom Ghana.
All right, Richard Techimenta medase bebre but esi tell Techi they did not remove 17 taxes. They remove one tax on 17 items. He only want to keep his post. The grassroots will chase him. All right.
We removed and reviewed 17 taxes in 2017.
That's it. All right, Ebusa, many ora Richie Techimensa and Amenizin Common. Whether good or bad, NPP, you are failed Ghanaians from Wallabies UCC Ugwa Hall. Wallabies made us say for also messages message as aba. On Chebia Nuruddin and to some Baba Betrasi na easy in Como, but probably your best ya to South View on 1-on-1 ne yenya bir na easy in Como ye ai Mr. Richie teach me sense Yes, also one tax from 17 items. Okay.
How can one tax from 17 items? Even it is not true.
Okay.
The 2017, that is not what happened. Now, I wish them can be room. And I'll go and bring all of them to you.
Every in the minty, my Yandasi. Every say you found common and fancy. Ewaha na. As in commonency, but who messages in them, bra? You stream live and so Facebook, Kastle 90.3 FM, Facebook Kastle 90.3 FM, and if YouTube Kastle 90.3 FM. Like the page, share now for all comment for tuona yan can enfa mo. Yanda ora Richie Techi Mensa Ase for his time this afternoon. Nuruddin Kobna Isa Ana Atusam or Betinasi or Betinasi na easy in Como Ewa. Injebusia, I'll be back. May you okay say free film free here. Maybe CCR.
Na omani hu hiam na Ghana man oyame na wo yenze se Ghana be here ojina ame na wo yendo ne da meeting na Kastle FM ze dwumeza wa tunizim no man hu do we bro ijoda copy fide biara wa bra wa bono na bien dikapi nunu me yimbe oye political show wa hihye ntiri bobua na ogwaman Central Region na Ghana wa kodo jojo Kastle FM 90.3 blending tradition with style.
The president, in accordance with Article 91 and 202 of the 1992 Constitution, and in consultation with the Council of State, will appoint Commissioner of Police COP Christian Tete Yohunu as the Inspector General of Police. And the day why Atomade na wajina to minti and they are by 11. By 11, 12 numu and wajina tuma and they Dr. George Akufudan Parry is no more the IGP of the Republic of Ghana. COP Christian Tete Yohunu is the new IGP. Our Omai Konkro Ghana mu. Nuruddin Kobna Isa Atnasi. Damasuna Ankratunsu Atnasi. Ankratu. Akaba.
Yeni akwamna.
Na pume.
Amina dum yaba ko dawo se.
Nyame aduma simuye pa. Yes. Masimuye. Mama Nuruddin. Commander.
Yeah.
Akaba.
Yeah, Yunia.
Ansem pan kama. Be there unsu bibia boko. All right. Brinu kweni minti we are going
to that I didn't am techi. No. Techi so em there a cat in point one cat. On tna show na one cat. Said another obusum podcast and pose bia kofi.
Come on I read.
And so on or there every time as mama.
Yes.
Na you know be them join them or one on one. And then chama ma bana ya once.
Oh, okay.
Because we spew out a lot of factual inaccuracies. But this is
you're basing community.
A bayan na ya. The chede sabi ko hia ben hianyi amenyi sika ma botobi. The jamu ntum nkasa. Nti mo be kan bi akanoka. Ataze. Nti since oye political program. Nanjo owie aso ye be political program. Nchade nche ma ncho ya ame no ncho kan ya na nche ya kan na nketifu no. We who open the word and what he because I hear topic I ever discuss or different. Until I tell the way in free.
onye ni free obesana baby. Don't worry.
No baby ma. We put any scan that man.
Don't worry, Mr. Onye ni free.
Unless you can say there.
Don't worry.
No, Mr. Unless you can say there because you want to serve your listeners. Nte pia ahiya ye serve my man ya ba benuma kotofofo. Enwa. Wone munyazan atase. Nti woman hen 1 hour be an 2 hours. Na yenya appropriate responses.
Marty.
Obutu next week.
It will be granted. Don't worry.
Next week.
Yeah, the production team.
Minyuda when we batana.
Yeah.
Who true more for maybe.
Production team no better na sine.
Ama MPP for one water. As a kupena na mchampeda makachende. Kasa inum no negative. Adaza. So onye I know namaya basbasa. But the truth of the matter is that it doesn't mean that I should lose and cool. I know him, he knows me, and mama, and then maybe uncle you baby, I'm losing no cool. You know,
losing the cool. Yeah, you did that say. All right, Auntie, yeah, call straight into the conversation. But Ebusia, we will have time one-on-one with Oye NDC Fonso. Na Edimo Enkomo. This budget and then issue or pop it up in this conversation and any other issue after the budget presentation wa babyano yebenya NDC nso one-on-one na ya delve into issues na yehum ya atoton facts and figures na obiare hu ma enzama ma order but yes in koma Agato and they Dr. George Akufu-Dampare, he's no more the IGP. But Ora Peter Lanchini Tobu the Artugua and our call for a secure tenure for IGP and security chiefs. Do you agree with him? Because Aben Biaba feel that the IGP one ne how or build the nation ebia onye no nko and there's a call for change. You have to change the IGP or all.
My music can show you or yeah, Kastle FM in bring. Maybe I George, my bro.
Yeah, bro.
And some more hard
And some know how I do.
Okay. Politicians, you create impression with the say opposition, you do have an opportunity to build yourself or make money for yourself. Chide waben. And that impression, it creates more talk. You have a problem. And we will continue to have a problem. The African Yaban, but to be on our position, or be one. As if when you are in government, we'll discuss it all.
Obiso Obi Wako into BB 101.
America, some come as
that by men, some pedem we didn't come on, show you do. And
what can you know? Here's the position into the initiative. In Waben Wosika. The impression as is like, so Wabenma would discuss it all. And as some night you come, the literate take it from us.
I want to get you well. I'm not getting what you're saying. In fact, I'm lost.
Sure.
I'm lost. And let me understand.
But you teach about time, not the other
Teach means one talk at time.
One woman opportunity.
Yes, one talk at time.
Or no fear Benjamin Cherry. See, a some power impression on or catch over there or talk at time. But on what about Benjamin's on cherry.
Ah.
I'm impression a pretty critical. And I must say, a Wabenma scano, a manisca one fan teacher. And all political appointees, another sorry, our political officers, to the constituency officers, police station officers, regional officers, national officers, The only person young party, one man stipend or secretary. From chairman and the rest, Master Omobiashi.
I got
The impression, say a part young creature, but we are rather what? Putting ourselves in trouble. Munia. This business of every IGPP, what to abandon we are, no matter what, or they make sure that what term of office is not be end with the political party and either the president in office. That has been the most of the normal. Our money and actually, Fourth Republic here. Almost any time there's a change of government, we are IGP and I'm about. And see my way see on your but I was so about dampering the behavior from what to abandon would declare results and usher kind ma yenyanum NDC for would in some bun in some hun or manema. Nobody was taken to court for prosecution.
I've been in some hun no woody NDC foodie.
I could be a who because make a IGP and your business at social media they want. Na can send me on fata a boom brother that he will fish you out. And I'm a boy. Them drip machines are cite examples. In your NDC phobia or a soft one, even a soft one, your Ghana for what current. What's the case, Juma? NDC activists. They were pairs of national bar. War brain because we feel they be all for them drip machines now. Nothing happened. Election violence, coalition centers, if we to trust someone and this was no have. Nothing happened. And a lot of them, at Masa, Messi, this IGP did not act. So I was shocked. It's a more example, a typical example. Even as social media net can send me on fata, another ye be say, oh boom rana. Behavior, he's able to make sure the honor and the men and women have the fish out and put you before court. None did happen. And see, almost like 3 months President John Dramani Mahama would declare as president-elect, up to date. No, no, can. I don't know.
Every day he was protecting his job, Anna.
I mean, Munkasaman, but Mumu America. Because urban transforms are about the police service now. And Yenina, I mean, now another Hinina Yabaja to there, it was perfect. But it was massive. Echo police headquarters, CCI, the transformation of wide or home now. And at this Fourth Republic, you been see that. And when the police officers know, every time you walk at you or that one at no, we make sure that one man and the ones in the time as tag around what share police services are one will be our Amazon. But first, no, but then when the enforcement in the on you so that say police officer be a BBI, a 2 men when the the but I'm saying I was shocked and dismayed, especially when President John Mahama was declared president-elect, sworn in up to data in the water firing. He was quiet and almost to trust him title by NDC tax. Not one person has been put before court. Nakadebobia, for Naka Kanasema. Judge Nayadene, they pronounce it. Or Asam. So,
but what to watch the NPP tax be akokota? Because Entuminkade during the election I no NPP for the Obiara in Dibonu, Obian Yeshi, Obian day to trust him.
Brabo, MPP ko invade UTV yawa police for one chiwana wa fan kokota some more example
police for one court
na wana mo kokota amia so nya amia anamobwa
okay
o question my answer bia and they will pronounce and find anamobwa it's munya and men kade bia like or typically political crime and son of our act sensibility. But I'm saying that actually now another no can especially while pointing now and a lot of praises came when in zaman was go akwenum or kodo medwuma or you know obia bonabado but all of a sudden miss the last time I was elected John Muhammad as president of the Republic of Ghana and up to date now we can widen our perform and what fire now you don't expect him to be there because back at this Fourth Republic ABR say IGPB regime be a changing the way maintaining now I stand to be corrected but minimum that prefer there is like all the time what you're in such a way that if there's a change of government to be other IGP now you are aware that you are going out of office with the government and say you know what a party I know what and that's what's happened. So there's nothing new. The most important thing that in PowerPoint, we'll make sure that security, with mine tight. On yet it's about MPP NDC, but strictly do what is right, make sure that the law works and everything. To them, Dan Paroya and the MPP. They are called as by elections. Even the MPP were complaining that they were 100 other offended. The security agencies, including Oya Dampari, because of Oya IGP, when you answer. But he was firm and telling them, Oya Mrak, was the Yedene, or the Yeduma. But this time around, I mean, quite clear now, Oya Bismarck. And see, what fire now, Oya news? He should expect it, said Sebasi. And yeah, in such a way that it's becoming as political, but let's be clear, frank and brutal. Appointment of police IGP. I don't know how we can curve it so that they'll have a security of term in office, whereby they cannot be dictated by any politician.
But so an appointment in the per Article 202 of Constitution, it is the prerogative of the president to appoint.
So they will review the men about my banner wire, so that you can be at the ranks of the you'll be at part 3. Then they appoint some group of not necessarily the power should be all the time. The appointments you come for the president because urban appointments are president are powerful, but or you a lot of appointments. And normally it's as if they have the impression that on our appoint to. So you have to do the bidding of the president. I don't think so that they're naughty. But that's the thinking and perception of it. Are able to mind a different or security of term of officer. So you or say 4 years or say 5 years or what time so now you don't echo. But with all this in now, the most important thing the Ghana Police Service will protect you or the internal security of this nation. Quite clear. Or a lot of things to do. Munya, police if we what about you bribe that every time you over one way first, and over the corruption perception index. One what the first. I mean, is in your papa, and you see another the man's on your papa. So that's what.
But if them perception or what, can a certain IGP change that perception?
So you what's the leader no oil then? So I think it's successful. I'm not taking credit for. I say so.
I'm not taking credit.
I'm not taking blame for.
Okay.
So that's and see, the more reforms now have to come from the IGP. I said, about man will boom man and say BBC man will blame another Dankwa Kufado. The honor na why. Meanwhile, he is not responsible, especially like not my examples of it. But on no other than or take it but they blame him ultimately because I don't know committed credit for it.
All right.
He has a lot of work to do, especially reforms about police. And now, but my then we protecting here now.
All right.
You know, I work to many months.
Let us see, Anchor too. Commander.
Well, Maminchi and Quankra, which was in Mobia, I do not have one the Shano was one Jimmy.
Yeah,
Menchia, Munianum, Muslim moving in Ramadan Karim. It's man, I mean, logically, if you're two political officers, a co-woman allowance and a co-man allowance, Bowman allowance and naming as an Chan Bowman allowance. Must you fight over it? Well, two hosts in our program, you do. If you earn allowance and the other one does not, are you the same?
DB.
SIGP now,
Yes.
Until I can't the power to appoint.
Yes.
But it was on record there before the my GP Obi Figwedi. Na yini anu me MPP fun wa bon ewuto the man who come fancy bia
Ka bo ne wuto ato order that oboko.
So I say there for dam parinala na dofo ne busuafo obi anyi ho a oya surprise of this outcome. Osande the police in Penyinia Alex Mensa openly so there dam pari or NDC into 1%. Anna now one for number no ye MPP no was in about butu YCC as a pregan of ye. If you have this mindset, now pakuni MPP. That's a 2 minute will be wa.
So based on the leaked tape now about out, you know.
Yeah, but that's a public document.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. It is a about out. That this is what MPP for wape. Wape somebody within them who can be foolhardy, maim, and destroy, kill innocent Ghanaians. But IGP would do another type of that. When you in few, no one for the main MPP number. Of what use is that very? Because someone wasn't the bad Nankasan. They have already destroyed him. He has been hanged. And someone for to be a wicked here. In fact, we are made to believe there, even in the police service, MPP for a woman around. Why ya mobiare with there? Dampari NDC ya. Yes, Dampari has a record of being the ADC to the late Prof. Mas when he was the vice president. Must that be the issuer, even when professionally or qualifying for one farmer? This is a what man. Now my MPP France was sent work to one. Yes, man. For what you know, Kwechika. Tama IGP Badon. He was hailed by many. Baby Mpo, na you catch it, rough there. I had a social media IGP. I couldn't see how a celebrity. There were so many things. But what do baby now? I want to say what's that? So why not the destroy now? So bit of fresh. If I am bad, let me fear for that me a bad. I was outside there, bagger. So no, wala kafaba. If you are destroyed by your own people, outsiders will do same. Nti openye bi na obu baby na dama bian memfe manto anchen mekipi ɔse ukrom obosom sɛ ɛka fa n'anyim pɔtwa ho a wɔzizi wɔn fa nkyɛm ɛka fa n'anyim na agye mframa ɛka fa n'anyim na agye mframa sɛ hɔho ba sɛ betɛfrɛkyɛ obɛgya na egu bosom no in fact before now appointment amanfo ɔyɛ huhu da ɔno na ɔba appointing there were people who were saying there because of the background having worked as the ADC of Prof. Mers, one fireman. Finally, was a man. Not. We know what the MPP said against him. Even a Hayala. But, said the main panon yan okwa, tell Musumbi Amay. You also there. Opinion was an abbey. So also the outgone president in our appointing.
As deputy IGP.
But until an appointment in Ghana deputy IGP. If it is about Abani be about call Abani Suba and Chencho, and Jonoso Yuda was a man. But in this instance, say echo service cinema. What are the damn Paris is here? On to me a police in view. Say this 60 years in Bonsia automatically odoko. That is why, in the wisdom of the framers, I will implement most of these security issues. Obakada's urban appointment now. They have to look for somebody who is the most senior. Because the moment as a junior Baban, what the senior son should be saluting the junior. So President Mohammed decided that in order not to create any confusion among the police service, and knowing in some oral koda, I believe that Dampare or you be okita a thick skin. Because if you look at now appointees or appointor, people around him, nan sama waka na zawazi yana. Emu binbanja ya resign na shasana. Enti oyo dudu egwa impa kontrado. Say awo na ye substantive. Ni if you wanna wa busy chiraba. Say nche mayeteten before 2024 elections. There Tete Yonwonu was an abay so that we push an agenda. So damu no ɔte na sisi aso ɔno na waba nche na tupam shapam sani ya azakona sancha damu no ɔte Dampari was appointed by Nana Akufo-Addo. Tete Yawonu was appointed by Nana Akufo-Addo. Ntumu ko kona ekomra nche bibi ansi ana. I believe that those who are calling for security of tenure, constitutional review committee, say obian hona won kwanka ye hona input. Na me mabiwoti a oya na frɛ me ni de nkomo bi there me nya comfortable there abofra ba ye ban ana wa ye bibi ma orusun enwa dameda na ese de ikutunofo ana there katian why not nkomodin onko ansana the offense the crime is committed nne my yet in the CCI. Even though no when you there and Sasambabo. But the Sasana Bay and Ansana Yabo call for. And if you check the literature on this issue, it won't there anytime be we change the IGP, another heads of these security institutions. We change who we are now. The mass of Yaba. Also, we need security of terror. Meanwhile,
but you Peter Lanchini Tobu, or former ex-service man,
a former secretary to the IGP.
Yes.
Meanwhile, oh, there are people who are even in court.
Yeah.
Even in court.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, President Mahama is not acting on his own. And also, Bibi na opiano moya then oya azoriye. Na zo opiano moya azoriye on the constitution. This Article 91, Article 202. What's it all mandatory? They've given the power of appointment to the president. He who appoints with power has the power to disappoint. Abedin tana woma yen kwanka ye review na wonja edamo calls. Because I call nto chere call no be yan de president aso ni. Nto call no be then. The call to make it or to give a security to your tenant. Call no abazo no be no ho. Or going too soon, Anna. But if we tackle the constitution, na ye kaya constitution ni ho adwuma oboboa. Say IGP o se there otena ho hwe na NDC fo woboto aba na ahwa na wo wa aba mu no. NDC fo to atese. You know the security of this country before the elections was in the hands of the government. President Nana Akufo-Addo is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. In fact, police ain't guided. Soldier ain't not guided. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia, or the chairman of the police council. Police from Makwan Mosoja Yimba guided. Or police from no guided. Going into elections, the security of this country was in the hands of the IGP and the election security task force. Now, what's that? What's on one way when the NDC over power into through to protect one position? No, we just NDC Fuma, what's what they say. Now, we're going to farmer, a soft umpa. Was the machine came with me? I will borrow now. Not that IGP or any, and I or any. So I any ya. You would man as a Tom and Paqua, obeying your bed on Baba. Inti, is man. A constitutional mandate has been performed. Ghanaians voted for a change. The change can come in different forms. Numubi about affecting. Inti our term be yesterday. Revolution consume its own people. Revolution consume its own people.
All right.
Nti ebo to me ya ye. Bibia ya fine, but there's a change. Nta ankwanko na mpa e wo mun bebu na change na mpa wa fighting. Ona me yanku bi o kan o say akoba asempa kan dem pa kai mai. O say there. NDC ba banum. Na NDC bi we swan. Onya hwe with Zaria hoa. Na MPP aba power. Na dem NDC na olusun. Ebia na party na ankasa no hon. Na ebia MPP no aba power na we yamfa so.
Yes.
But ata say. Nti obi na wo MPP wo power no oye opposition in government. But ebia NDC aba power. Oba enjoy.
All right.
So in every change there is some level of conflict. Conflict no normal ya oze yin bi ba.
But I see. Ebisia ma o message senembra but videos ahrowa yare hwe abria after also in our police headquarters or ba enija one I don't know. Does that mean that within the police service and when aka sampo na dampare no one pianana? Because videos enija ebi no tutu sika nyina.
To be frank with you, Missy, But my referee, but I support the team be as but they professional.
Mhm.
And yet na he okay, yeah kasada na okay the MPP fukura na wo police service.
What the power?
No, but say as one can power. Also, when instigating was said dampire. So are you telling me right now this is jubilation on see within the police service now we have MPP and NDC, which is very dangerous. Certainly, and one now want to mean active politics and constitution makande to mean your politics, security agencies there welcome. Bamunia ya kanya na atum and you pretend the NDC and MPP only police service. Certainly, those now offer there. See, it's sad, but they can't call no. Let's call it a speed a speed. The munia. Bimbo hoa Dreameza dampare odi wo police service and especially when something is done all the time never there occurs in the massive institution clear you be fought back that the massive man there are some reforms dampare Miss Obey ni juma knows he was held. But within the police service, never been yet.
MPP party now our agenda, Madam Parry.
How can a political party have an agenda for Dampare? And Mobo, with all this hula balloon that means some Dampare there. Another Dampare for the uniform. Did not for the sack Dampare. Maybe so. So I sack it. I'm on in some kind of and I'm on record.
But I don't know the history of this country. Have we ever had deputy IGP?
Unless I check. Let me check. Unless I check from no records to
because there was substantive IGP. Now I appoint another person as deputy IGP in charge of operational.
So let's check the but the most important thing they're missing within the security service your NDC MPP within, and let's not pretend. Sure, the fact the Dampare and the Professor Moss not any bodyguard does not make him automatically NDC. It's one away the allegations clearly you have to provide evidence to back it. New one IGP Christian I cannot sit here and tell the new IGP the NDC without backing it with any evidence.
Yes.
With the hula baloo and whatever it will happen, no matter what, be in a position be you want they like him and those people who don't like him. I want to say it's not here. A great it's not here. A human they are people around you are harder when you more right to. They like your position.
Oh, really?
I'm supportive, but when nobody a Juma, and I'm saying you need a Juma or there, I a professional. Na yɛ dɛnɛ anyi nipa ko ne zin no kwana do and ɔyɛ so sad hey 200 note and fly na another body police headquarters what
200 cedi note.
Wow,
that's no individual in the water to on this
mankashi miss wow mankashi na no ba ye medaw with the all especially one like they said one hour anytime there's an appointment of IGP, no, Wabaka Chehende, no, on here secretary of term. The constitution are clear how an IGP should vote.
So
appointed.
we should have an amendment in the
That is
constitution
it.
to fix all these issues.
Sabaka Kadam now as if now yet to an answer story.
All right.
Why appointments in Abaka? But you see, Messi, the most important thing now, reforms or about police service are huge. Munia, Obran, perception of corruption, police for no every time you were number one. And Munia, I were number one pay. I mean, our yefa kwando ye ninam or ye Ghana ha yo. They tell us, and sometimes that it is some so what can masa or ya. The most important thing there, over redeem the image of the police service.
All right.
And make sure that every individual is being protected in this country.
All right. That's it. Ebusha, o message in the number 0244408046 and 0244408354. About
Them lift tape on go manke say too much.
Ghana as usual. Nuruddin,
Yeah.
it seems within the police in Ankasempo because videos are we are being currently or after when you see a god now what driving it to or a police headquarters, you know. Or sir, what be a no canono? I don't know.
Well, let's say in the mechanics in there, what Alice Mensa, no in group no way. It's a clear indication that there's an element of politics
In the police.
in the police. Alice Mensa, I know, or man, a background in the Nejuma or Yama MPP. So he was telling Bugu Nabu that is how me the meme wa Nejum will be a Maya party. Also, then I mean, one for appointment in a Miami mum. Now was a man somebody perceived to be in the police service. One of the reforms are other bar. Maybe some of them may not be comfortable with. In terms of one crime analysis, so there's a portal. The police more or less report onto it. Oh yeah, the mazin we no catch on there. The police communication unit, let's say in a region, then the divisions, you can't. Because whatever you will speak on, as I'm on was, sir, you are supposed to report onto the system what. So in other words, the exact or the detailed issue or case.
Yeah.
It is through such processes case in be on newsra. And now I just about a week or who know the case obi catch over there. The book of no so but such issues na margin was sure or chade and kind of when you which I'm so but how do they know also such issues or report onto a system? On point police of was it? This is a different organization. Also, when you they chill them out, or it's difficult for Obi to do something about it. Definitely, people will not be comfortable. Because if you Obi to manage the case now, at the end of the day, no, and your BB will chira, we're blocking. The communication on the case itself, also that cry for no way then, warrior. Instead of decentralizing the police communication or centralizing, some were not comfortable with it.
In fact, Yemponi Yakasef because it should be see within the region and a per updater, they are not able to give you the update. Today, from Accra.
Yes.
And as some the way say had in one they can report. I mean, Obenya vivid report than Obioma another report. So in Krampona we were talking about it.
Yeah, but it's one no call me there. So if you look at the trends of communications, and you can see there be over the period what they were using, the approach, and the medium we're using over the years, and maybe are not on board because in each of the communication you are interested in the corporate image of the organization. Mo obey biano, it's about the image of the police institution. It is for some time. You don't expect any person up here a change, up here some form of improvement into the system. Though be repeating the same mistakes. Maybe he has an approach, but I believe that by now on the 1 year become or assess. But mimda why mimda all the time we are painful be why comfortable. And police if us him there. I yet there why comfortable with him. Now approach. And some even say there, Wama, the police institution right there is centered around him. Like he is the police. But you see, in PR, you, the leader, you are the chief public relation officer. You see, my friend there, Fred Kastle, the leader, the chief PR should be the chief executive officer. You see, if you think there, and when there may be a obutum amankrofona kasa, Obama. I there, I would never kasa. Now, we to other me a penal pardon. That is what you should do. But what they check for me there. So they have something, what's it for environmental spanning, where you look at what people are saying. What are the opinions of what style now and wisdom command there? What's done? What can be done about it? And yet, on no video, may na right. No one confunusu. You have failed to carry them along. And I think there, we busy down. Because the man have then if you ho. Nampol basis or if we are not so this is a good idea, except that in Chodo or the feedback see. No, or maintain the same strategy. If we not the conference as what baby. Okay. So definitely, and the issue of party for but in Ghana. One thing will be out tomorrow the Kapaye when Mfansiman for the Wahao Asabi. I get double story. Not in the Nankutins of the 300 or say 100 police service. That was a slip. A very serious issue. But the gospel truth is that man say MPP now what we call police service. And any of the security institutions. I end this thing. Now what we call the moment I enter or there why Jim or ye Juma there. No me the party but the matter I'm a beshe. No me train was a moment. Or yeah, for me to serve the people of Ghana. But saying you know okay today. Double needs a woman 2 weeks training a woman a now. On a differently, Obubun confirm one name. And that is where we need to speak against.
Okay.
Because the main part of your NDC, honestly, a Ghana, provided that they are unqualified to enter the police or to enter the security service. But if the person qualified, not your MPP or your NDC, one farmer, but who training in or that woman na Sabio, Mawadi Yed Makaka, Aza, we have had Mawadi Yed Makaka, Nayi, party someone for Twenchan. Na your police services then, but I'm for party na Twenchan, na in the course of your service. As a party, someone is a woman. You in care, it's been chair there. It be a NDC in a MPP. For na NDC, net na. Na your programming. Emma, where NDC somebody influencer. It be a problem.
Yeah.
A MPP, now my party na, Sabita fetcher. Why and Zama Basa Massa resort and Ghana for 200. Say, obey can't summon a don't show why Bumana and the pedal fair for one, a Bunasa program. So this is what as a party quayo, say then quayo, or that ditch team there. I can shed the matter to I said the green, I said the blue. You are there to serve the people of this country.
All right. But I say, every Facebook number share the new IGP Odru or regional headquarters, national headquarters, you know. Doma police funa easy. I assemble. All right. 0244408046 0244408354. For message you know for fado or fabra na easy in komo or aha 0244408046 0244408354 0244-743-143. Yani WhatsApp for on so do. Fabra, NPP will be in opposition for long. Kobna Taylor from a Futu Nusoniza Ozi Abayin. Anida, His Excellency Omiti Oye CEOs of Oye SOEs. Na ono na okachonde one end impunity and financial recklessness for accountable governance today. Ni nyina no ye oye demi enjumoku kaw ahrowa wa zerebo oye omani enti per the reforms are His Excellency upper the odebano okachon new CEOs are waka de abani enjumano no won hwede kaw sabi jenjana hobono unchado hona oma enfosombra woni ejuma no ejeri di mamomo 10 minutes na enzin komo. Are we going to see a new reform in these state-owned enterprises and yanhwe enyim dan?
It's one of the Ghana fu hun sesa. Sa Ghana fu hun sesa na abana wato yin mfaso amba ho amawon. President Mama na asami de the vote was a man necessary in our fourth republic. And the only thing obutum why yen there or perform in order to keep the trust of the people. And that man funya jizi wonumu. Na watu abana man. Nti ne interest sisi anye there. A man fu wone jizi na wenye wonumu. Or in the jizi no then or President Mama is not thinking about unknown continue. But the interesting there, politics and yabana yet one a man for the when you jizzy, one what to abanama. He can never be everywhere. President Mama on to mo uncle be biara. Into the constitution and amano kwan. Do from Crawford, wobo born wire than why in age man. Awa wobo born ma why in age man. Ibinim ministers and I binom so chief executives of the state-owned enterprises. See, it's a President Mama na kase ye ya. Na sembi or can be anya there or ya butsum kakao. But na techi or cha or quote bibi na the church and na mese kwaban the mazi cha hana cha kan na mosomala kan. Je bia bu hu na asem kan fa so bia yo. If I present a budget to you, until that budget is vetted, what is on the paper is what you have to go with. Ayabana. This why was a report aba. Now was state-owned institutions and some offices. Ebia wa bakau or we have an arrears of ebia 42 billion. So waka investigation yada waka investigation na wakoto skene go. Their interest is that abad no ye madam ka no ye dan obey. That is what is calling for investigations. Into say kada when investigation we incident na obakan ya. If you read the report on the state-owned enterprises presented in 2023 1 year 2024. Into President Mama Rikasan, Sabi MPP Fugina, when you are Butarewa, now more one chain with MPP Adrian. One chain a day, on some man waba benum. What ma benumuda? Into wabe Nakasa Nubiano, it should be based on something. It's about when he quoted that report. You know, you are catcher. I want a wild point to win there. And you know what's the baba? It be a 2026. But so you for you know what's in the bar. No, with that, I can say Yenisika by heart. As a quarto watches about the yard, no boy at them. A quarto cars. Ghana football when Chanum Pioneer push Wunugu. Also, no be easy. But a man can for President Mama, based on experience. Now, some more can you there? Say, I will your chief executive officer CCR. And there. MPP for once in a while, but no, you can. By 2026, and this is first one is no report, Baba. Imagine government institutions are what conduct such service reports now. When you want a report in one massage what's the audit? Ghana audit service, so even when they massage the figures, you still have to come with the proof. But Oyabanisika, Intimasa will release it from controller. And a Bank of Ghana no other buyer. Whatever you have done at the end of the day, will cross-check from the source or do any pay. It's a bueno want to massage. So the present mama is saying there. By the time I ain't seeing any report in a babad. Awa, Ababada Sabio, I can say sika. Recklessly. I want to walk at now. Why do you want to win you yan sandona while painting one? Nti Sabio to fetch a party for Baba Winchan. Ghana ye ba Winchan. Korea being here busy na hobbies about. Na, hey, okay, I could be a me uncle be catch up. I say, okay, Gina. Office be ministry be. Now office no do her now. But why hasn't in such a way there? You don't have access to the minister. You are going to see the minister. Now pressmen. That will keep a minister some. And no be could keep no way. One child now, the minister, na party ofido. Now me partners oh yeah. He's into media. Into one of his boys. No, say Padina found up a door. Like today, he's forcing to get to the media men. But the mama said, "Hey, the mazina." You see, they were acting with some level of impunity.
But Agent Nurudin, actually, the frequency of a kawa oba. Year in, year out, year in, year out. What is fundamentally wrong with the state-owned enterprises?
You see, in every public institution, and when it comes to these state-owned enterprises, board or as if you was of an entity tender committee in Ghana, Africa. Abana Swahibia Wobedi Ghana for Yanisika. Wabowi Ghana for Yanisika. Would be a Kubube bank on one of them? Would be a Shapolitank Messi baby or your true procurement? Abana Kotazi. But what say President Mama Neka said you? Ose body biara. Oh, there. What will when you are? Now, I also want ensure that this agreement, Naza, yes, sign with other service providers. One to one way when you are one scrutinize what the CEO does. At the end of the day, in each of the state institutions, the CEO is the secretary to the board. The more board than Arankesa so will be reconstituted. Nti wo de na sekanan o twa ha Nti asuzi the board. That's what I'm saying there. If any CEOs and any appointees, if they fail, nobody should think that I'm a president, and I know what you know. But we have failed the people of this country. We have failed Ghanaians. Jiza, what's up to Abanama Henen? Say, MPP, or ya zibi no ye. Okube banka horo one and send them and a yard in a chapia na babanum. So one more opportunity. Na this in you. Na by a dragon kwafuma wanodo. You want to spend and live an extraordinary life, Sabita Fletcher, your what source of income alone on to menya. Ezuman, at Titi Ganafo. Erisha when a yaw, Erisha when a mim. President Mama, I mean, who ye Makanwaha, the dado, Mr. There, me I know. And then that's what catch on. As a prosecution. Okay, you know. The video ni wini.
Me share ni nyina.
Yeah.
Me share program in live.
Obi biara ebeye esisiazen. Ma osada wobo mo wa hyemin it. Then the law will take its course. But sabi anyinum ya yaka je pawe fi. Yebo krowa ma himinum aye hene yewe. Ayin so nya de sanye there. The more opportunity na enyan. Ma manfo wan harawan. Enka chiche come on. Ghanaians don't want to see those kind of impunity and reckless spending. Onunti na watu abama NDC with such a gargantuan margin. Eye NDC appointee who president no adamon us there for why dwene konkofo na watu aban honodo. This man Hasan making what 10 year power here. In 2009-10, it should be back out. Now most NDC supporters will complain there. So what call appointees in wha one man can move on. But I care the master man. Ono na father for all no than obey. Then the late Professor Mills caused a statement to be issued that they should open their doors. And Uncle Fo said that they should open their doors to everybody. No. So why won't Kofumpo complain and outsiders and
Outsiders. All right.
But that's what I say. So them calling or a clan core. President Muhammad Zama, chief executives of the state-owned institutions, that Awubiara as a aban Ghana far what to aban man. Also, he want to protect the trust of Ghanaians. I will show me here now to aban man and President Muhammad said there now membin.
All right.
There is certain agenda. Opedo the boy I will show me there. Ongoing ma say. Into Sawosi appointee a.
Me ngune ni ma say.
Man kaye esisiaze.
You know the I say. Angato. What can be done? Because actually Cocoa Board, Kawa Wallball, Great Co, I mean ECG, Gihawk, I mean state-owned enterprise in Odosho, a Kawa every now and then Wallball in yabe ended.
I'm only before I'm behold them home there. When you are prepared part of the respond to it, she means and some more kind of back. Book no lie at a and CBU MDs or your one Aresa finance minister Bekeche and there was it and echo or your page I think about Bobo and I pay 28 paragraph 139 of the budget was still declared as Mr. Speaker MDs total outstanding claims of 41.5 billion is as a result of what? Stock taking as MDS N20 for outstanding liabilities, which include both claims, which which include both claims which had already been submitted to the MOFO and those yet to be submitted. Government has programmed to audit these arrears, stroke or payables, to validate the quantum before.
Yes, Ankato, and I wonder what is calm on it, because we're stating it clear there, those claims, about audit those claims, So the issue should end there until those claims has been audited.
But you are using that same figure to input the arrears so that a cover or hormone will but any audit on it. More company one there, a boom crown submitted one is it. So how do you come by that figure?
Right.
My phone to change. Munya. Oban demo state institutions are Wabo a man corner clearly them subani I shall watch it. Now even to do audit of all your state institutions as far back as from 2012 to 2016, almost 90% of it, no one yet. Recently, bar Benamono, and the year more year up to a year 2022 from 2012 or year them auditing and quite clear on there. Some state institutions, what but Munya President John Mahama Asama Wakanyawa order the OC or the Oyo. But normally when they audit these institutions, the auditor general surcharges them as if you have misappropriation of whatever you got to they charge them and they pay the money. Recently, the auditor general surcharges are why you're concerning auditor, why you're concerning them state institutions now other institutions 34 million Ghana cedis by state coffers. But he's saying that now as one or two state institutions the way CEOs now would fight watching the way you're supposed to be. They have to do the right thing. But Bunya, a typical example, and I'll give you one. Electricity Company of Ghana, so a state institution there. More than one say power plants will produce one energy now, another power now. No damn agriculture, no agriculture is no one was Abraham. We are now Wajichi. Oh yeah, electricity bono busum bia.
This is a Indian bosom. These are the a quarter who prepaid that.
So never be prepaid, but American normal other busum about it because we're in yearly at myself. Problem with there, urban losses, land losses they have a challenge. You know my excuses, but I'm saying the government itself should make sure that also we to your neighbors. I wonder, as Bekaya, the former chief executive of Bibi Muhammad,
Dubuque Mahama.
He started going after state institutions.
Okudum Parliament to crowd one night.
As a president, John Mahama working, I have fantastic. But if, remember them typical example, and a reality on the ground, their Flagstaff house is a cow. All the woman the way to I'm a kawamba. Won't you? How do you sanction the chief executive? Parliament is a cow. ECG cow. Won't you? Into a cow ama ECG. How do you sanction the chief executive? Other state institutions, to the ministries, what is a cow? No one. How do you expect that institution like ECG not to make what? Losses? But losses in the government institutions in the people because make it a beam so will take some decisions be on your correct. A typical example, like meeting used to be about container beer. What was about
how about demurrage can
canal will be on no say you could tell less, but autonomous ECG at a higher cost. Clear your chrono. But I'm saying there, them state institution or that government Nakasa make sure that no sense in why so that they have the state institution built up. I'll give you a typical example. Sure. STC. In the most of the time, the programs were not so huge or larger. Political parties go and rent these buses at Undiako. Even government rent it at Undiako. And sometime I was listening to the Nakumia. MPP tried already, but this time around we released buses, almost like 30 buses. And see, President John Mahama, old true for the microphone, no, I don't know. Because up and there, Sebio, Obia mess up, especially arrest. Not on ye ebia. Why ye BB Sunkuntrama state institution now bako. But true or ye arrest another institution being able to maintain now bako as a quarter or explain no one, you can go score free. Muni atamasa. And see, Mampache in the or ye mother abane ye. Other than Madam State institution or do it in it. Oh yeah. But into man can chairman the master. Aba office nansi ya na nwa oho no no e na wo table na nzama oho no no onya hwe ns one sesa abai e man na ebo no ka bia ana mboa iti afutu no e fantastic and caution e fantastic was asa kan there by the year 2026 Nakopon ye adum na ye won kwema so audit na wo hwe de entu manfa mfaso amba wodwuma ho na obeyuzi oya kama again wo audit na se sebio ABCDB entum so anye ne ye na wodu begina ebazi mbrene nyimezi oya kama isi as one aka but yem ye in the ne you be the honor no or you fantastic but we wait sesemasi manyankopon yadum na 2026 to ye na enwa na why audit na me poncha obey audit no na ho nyina why the ne we make a profit second man ye kwananyim but bibisa na ya hwe the actions are President Jomama ma waka no oye de ne ozina no be de ne obeye
every day now no wakara, but when reality never on to me take action.
Man Kastle Shamano.
O men can so one say and come here dinner missy a free day damna situation it.
Wak but nam say President Jomam why a president da. But now so I catch a hand was I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Mama examples are we feel. But the crew is on what catch a hand on ye. Setemasi. Oh, na so no catch hand there. On Sasi. There another danko akufado. Obatam 2 billion Ghana cedis. No that finance free asset. Wasa. Ultimately this should be up to her. Ebimbo to metria. Sonye. Anambwa. But what
also on Tiasi them. Though the 2 billion Ghana cedis very free.
But Ebimbo to really wait here. Fees.
Oh, okay.
The Demis can 2 billion or dorsal. And that America says, sir, actually release our bar and other appropriation and allocations now. We're talking about 3.5 billion. 2 billion, 3.5 billion money or dorsal. And 3.5.
Okay.
And the first thing I got 2 billion on 1 7. And I patch Ghana for the or dorsal. But when you see the CC, I will put my catch material. I shall name dead 2 billion at that time. And that 3.5 money or dorsal.
But engine this there, banana waba, at least certain structures need to be there. Now going forward, amendment waba. Because
I mean,
now they take action be it can collapse everything.
Messi, I mean, no matter what they say, actually, the relatives will catch up with you.
All right.
Try it, and I'll catch you there. Or about 1 week. 1 year budget. So why? Excuse all the man, they will approve the budget. They will approve it. And I'm saying, I buy them excuses now. About baby into mama. Because the relative will catch up with you.
All right. So you can 2026. Now audit
Mama kind there. Asaba kind fantastic. Says what? Because mistakes not so yet in the past, no. Or try the correct, but waka. But you put on the action now, be ma. To the 2026.
All right. I got to let us see. Good afternoon. I'm Richie K from Abra. After NDC winning the elections, I saw some seriousness in IGP and then ASP, but that doesn't change any fact the citizens know about them. We had various cases concerning wrong verdict executions, and we didn't hear any punishment to those officers that committed the blunder. Aside from that, the almighty killing of 8 citizens during the 2020 election. So, in all, the IGP was not trusted by Ghanaians. All right, Richie from Abra Nensoniza Ozi Abayin. Okay. Teacher Kujo Chiobodom Adanse, President Mahama and his sack them. When will it stop? So that he can fix the country, because his duty is to fix Ghana, he promised. Mahama sacks almighty IGP Dampare and appoint COP Yono as the new IGP to replace Dampare. He is being appointed to come and protect ballot box in 2020 because they don't have anything to offer this country. Yeah, all right. Also, there as a Abayim. OPK Patriotic Voice goes so. In regards to Dr. Digitalization Baumia and Honorable George Boache, former Ahafo Regional Minister, the huge amount of money which has been allocated to Mahama's office and Felix Kwachofosi's office alone in the 2025 budget will collapse the country with lean government by Sika Bebre as compared to Nanado office budget in 2024. So Mahama and NDC came to create, loot, and share taxpayers' money because this is not cutting of expenditure, and Ghanaians are now seeing the true colors of NDC. But I say, or so there, but interestingly, now the president is behaving and acting as if he is a king and can do whatever he wants without anyone or laws checking him right. What happened to the so-called democracy and rules which governs this nation? Look, power has already gotten into the heads of the president, and I don't blame him, Mr. Mahama Kra, because he has even chosen to be driven around by his brother without the proper security. Okay, so I don't know where the power has gotten to him. With regards to the appointment of IGP, the president has the power. Well, the constitution, and the kind of power driven can all right, but I made that say I will message as the Abba and call Article 202 of the Constitution. If on the Kasa found their the powers of the president ultimately appoint the IGP. Salute my brother. Why don't we give the head of these institutions performance-based contracts? You have to be rewarded based on your performance and be responsible for any losses made. From Abattoir, Abra. Menyo so ya pa on that performance-based, All right, but we are home to the maybe. Yeah, KPI. Obia maybe Commander 0244408046 0244408354. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah, I'm the man.
Papa, Chairman.
Chairman up here.
All right, Chairman.
Yeah. I'm the man.
Chairman.
Nobaka IGP no asamaka.
All right.
And mama anka to start today. Since I'm there, Kuna Onyeno. I'm the one to me say on saying. So what can somebody on channel shop and papa, baby say you boo money, Magana, what for the temperature. I'm not IGP Nasam. Me ya worried, Kaka, man, NDC guy. And this one I will speak the truth of the matter. Going forward, it is about time or they will to watch them, in pay for the institutions, you know.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, they will enjoy a political appointment, though. But all they said, you know, or retirement, and some call retirement. About the sooner why we breach the constitution all the way in if you do.
The chairman worrying you then.
No worrying that why must IGP be removed?
Oh, okay.
We need answers.
Okay.
I'm an NDC man, but at the end of the day, I'm worried about it. Is it about what people said? But have they investigated to know whether indeed what the people say is the truth?
But Chama, what does the Constitution also says on that?
On IGP,
yeah, the appointment and then the disappointment of the IGP, and then.
But mistake, we all know, sir. It is based on what do you call it, president appointment. Is that not it? Exactly. You know, we are appointing our back. My issue is that we have worked with the man before.
Okay.
Atamas, on your man and I, Jumada. And a mama, Jumada. So you know the competence of the man. Unless maybe the man has done something wrong, per the constitution, or they will remove him. It is only baby the man. One must remove him. On a mental say,
okay.
If we're being in federal, on church and I see it because I'm worried.
All right. Chaba, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kamina.
Yes, sir.
As a Dawood Makasi Fiabra.
All right.
Michambre da Nordin.
Oh, I do.
Oh, I'm coming. I had the President John Dramani Mahama say, there, when they Ghana for no what to Abaman. Into one and appointees, you know, there will be Anka Yazapa, many Yamanka Ghana. No one, June Uncle saying, you then I say, now, Abana. Obuwe Kemuko, so I had a man, join the Ghana CCA yearly break. Enti Obi Biala one man position Biala, Ocean Wee, on Umbrain in the BD. Yeah, that's it.
Master, but I see that. I said, Ebema Dumu Radio no cry. Hello? Dabi. Good evening. Yes, sir. Captain, me too. All right, Yanko in him. Hello? Okay. Yes, sir. I'm Yadumo Efo. Debbie. For me, that's it. Master, but I see. Dabi. This like, but your Ebema Dumu Radio. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Michiana will come on with
it. Pocho, you, I do.
Yeah, but that's Martin there. So the one I think to be the much you been inside. No one catching the dead. Oh, excuse me, your mom won't teach a gun of all found to be a kind of what to have a man. The intimate kind of why are they? What's your view? Your mama catch you, we can there. So when you $1 million to our the mama say I can attack him. But the mama what kind of Obiani. The mama was here taking you in Quaiba. Okay, what for baby? Why the uncle baby or man? The why the piano, the way to piano, one from the woman, Obiani to ahead of Mazu. Now it is the mama car can be the children.
All right.
We are not a beautiful. We want to now, I'm walking in your own come out to pay. Okay,
Yamin Kawaso, good evening, Papa.
Good evening, Maba. Fair. Sir, and maybe a Wabasano Kwana will be in your position and the now and a daughter winger. If you are near the Dibuna and Yimpede Yan and a dough. No mum, all cop. A cop one we are. And in Tino and a dough send there. Mamma Yankuni redeem us a walk there. Opinion and a mabawala and I was a baby, Joquay. And in the binman now, no walk and a dam. Nande, when you walk. Inti, Massey, Markan Waha, Namasha and Quamsha, Etum, Prophet, baby, Abio, no woman that day. Mamma shall come there. Care, a member all by Yewa. Oh, what do baby Pomo, a pacho day, a pebimo, by MP. Obia Bacaroli yet. Osana Walaqua. And yet, can you who did not want to know?
All right.
All the Kaya sum until our Merca. And tomorrow, Fiawa train Fide Bien. What can be Castan and people back at home? Nejmoy and Opendamala. Maybe a mash among them.
Medasi Papa. Good evening. I'm Jennifer. But a few radio no ma'am. Few radio no ma'am. Come on. Oh, yeah. All right. Why did you mean to? Mm-hmm. Juana.
Kastle FM 90.3.
All right. May I say, good evening.
Good evening, yes, man.
Yes, sir.
Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam alaikum.
Kemal Osman.
All right.
Ghana for Nankupone Israel. And by your two year, your couple, Excellency John Dramani Mahamanu. Nankupon be show Biala Zenesa for the man Benumi. Because young would have to pay at Wabenumuka Papa. What better began at sea could be Biara Baffanesio. No, all your day. You hawk, Wakayansa, Watan, no Wabako. Ghana far photo or a friend Waka de Busa Wamanaze, that was a bottle cuckoo. No, would your cotton cuckoo now, no Wabako. The Nakumia, a transport Wakaza could be there, a book a transport car, you go. Yes, a ticket to check out, over you know Wabako. The other between Supana, you want money. Ghana Bonfana, Abba Ghana, ye. In the Pinara, how was the local to institution there and with this guy. water west wa abakaw electricity wa abakaw Ghana yen ton ade nyam fa so da sese jo mama na bi di orible papa yankopon Israel ya me man kwasen na yankopon man apomidi na oba ma Ghana ye nyi da do da Ghana be yi me da afia
where I say good evening. Hello. Yes sir. Good evening boss.
From Ekunfi Abor.
Ekunfi Abor, all right. Yente Ekunfi for.
Yo. Unia omanpanyin na appointment ya waye odama police anki ba kan wasam kakra. Ona ye ni Ghana ha mo omanpanyin wa we tumuko akufado. Oba ya 20 o change IG ano no opposition. Inti the member na the master support the member now in a one when you gonna but woman can follow a baby aba or yen sosa ministers in the inadina or yen sosa in to say a buying yaba let's all say a kind of saying I grip you no obisumbra well on your door the actual dial because almost in the waba because a government appointee. It's a bad idea. Okay, and all look for on over Yagma. It is our wabber do not wait to make change your business, or be a benefit or no change your business hours and tata. Netter or the Boko Quarter. What are the matter we name?
Let us see a convivo. All right, let us see. Abba, me too. Abba.
When you are Connie, my champagne for you know what's knowing. Kwame na mopo ocho. Mama bi so question ata.
Bisam, wetume yara me you ano.
One na wo friend Gideon Boako.
Dr. Gideon Boako.
Yes. One
previous administration or vice president me.
Yes. Ni office bia. Inti da manyimpe. Na so ochechere jandam. No do koto Google. No kadenyo. O man penny John Dramani Mahama within 2.5 months, wow, book out 67 billion. I'm now waiting over the master told the Bejaza because FNGA Bibiala cow. FN Bibiala man, you honey. In see the meaning payments or teacher the men a propaganda ya a begatma. Me a whole a NPP. Regional secretary no about na studio no we be that question na kwa na we put more credit dey to me gina me be six questions na na toto say the me pay no about the way na me take 2016 me chere what ne kakraka
oh dabi I will bring you do dabi for that one day I will not allow you. Good evening. Yes sir. Chama me too. 2020 28 Angel. All right. Maso, may I say, Chairman, all right, we say if it's a minimum for Fubia, Yanabrasso, Yan Sordona, Uncle. I got to just a second, Uncle. And the Friday, not quite relax. me yin from intina ma no papa yanko yin nim mensia no da
I've been was sending picture of this.
mensia no da mensia
Mamma,
nti
oh, yeah, fan tour. Munia, to the Mama Kena, I mean, IGP, the most important thing, the Jumana or Laman on own.
Kastle FM 90.3.
No, but some no why in here. It's Ghana for you and Bambo. To me, some no why then. Wabuni Jeraman. And at the police service, one got one image so. Maybe a dawa corruption perception is maybe other nam no. But to my then. Wage when they for no support to me. Wabwa. Miss for state institution, and I'll send you some. Oh, yeah, Asama President John Mahama Kelly, yeah, elections in there. Oh, yeah, them state institutions now. What about corn? On board there since that time, and I'm lawyer profit and another damn go for it. You've been one your profit. I'm quite clear there. As I'm not can not correct. But the most important thing there, so why you see what make sure the rules are all company a busy though. Bamunia, what the task share? It's true. Share what can also come home. Oh, we can't get hook ourselves. So and son away. And see. What I guess a Juman area, no, Emma. Abandon at the same sometimes private ones, no. One to me and when your profit, says a massy. Now, all your abundance in tea. And I work out. And I make it. The more Mizia, for Yakofi, Mizia,
all right.
On what?
Okay.
And see the moon crossing in our wanted someone suban. Not the specially the CEOs on your firm. Because the year 2026. Oh, what they are about the name.
Oh, bye. I got to be that say. Commander.
Well, this one, could be now, better be or tibia or tassy. See, that statement, the minister said, there, arrest. It be so man obey investigation. The Igudai Esodamazi Pakapakanese Nama. It would have confused one. This one, if you are going to present a program be somewhere. Mokita won't say when you're not present to be. Say, if you find them by force, them Pakon find them by Tankasa. What do you have is what you present. And the wabo figure Nansaka. No, see figure Yampa and Saki, you pay investigation, including I won't pound more than one found by it. What is wrong with it? Mantazo. Baba Bankasam. Nche emu kwesindum.
Yeah.
Kwesindum na government contract. A contract SBJ. Was the when contract certificate in a catcher. No one who's come was aka yeduman. By the time a government look guneduman, government knew $3 on work out. The same thing, like electricity company of Ghana.
Okay.
They don't generate electricity. Wakoto fee obiho. What when we are not going to Yakawa, what was a cow? I cannot be the but the same person, I said this thing here. Managing narrator, said bit of it as a cow. Meaning, then try a business, I am for son. No, for son, I be to whom be neither by papa. But I will for so as a cow, now got to motorbikes at that police. It's one had the money, man, yeah. Or by me, you are. Mamma, answer me a king, Yala. What can we have kete? Na pesa mama na asem oken oye yi jama esu man pochote me ka kete tora na mother sir as many SOEs have been used as mere instrument for personal wealth accumulation by appointees. The chief executives, management and board of these enterprises are responsible for this situation. Some SOEs have become perennial loss-making, draining public funds for bloated budget, unjustified allowances, and unnecessary expenditure while relying on government. Waba na what we man and Wama now appointees in a strong warning.
Okay.
That they will protect the
public
trust.
space.
A Ghana for then was a man one.
May I see? Commander. Commander, you never asked into Yaboko. Congressman, God bless you for asking Mr. Techida. Isn't it the IMF standards that going to make the NDC government increase taxes every 3 months? I've always said I am an MPP and I will be okay if we are to allow the NDC to rule the nation with their own terms and conditions. Aim high, Elmina. Ridge Royal Hotel was saying I said MSG Jumezi the brother Masona Betway Bet Saver offer Betway and one so or boy. Our freedom, our into Manfred, our unity, our fry into Nayampi. O text messages are who or best. Shamaba Edna Binya, o text message Markanamo, Yami in Shobebre. Mrs. Kamina Eshima, Yami Aduma, Yabesenesia, God willing, Monday. Na yezi in komo for abro. Have a wonderful weekend. Good evening.